Good morning, everyone. It's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison, and I am an independent Stamp Hunt demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, which is on the west coast of Canada, just outside of Vancouver. So, welcome to my Sunday Live, and I'll just wait for a few people to pop on and see if I'm broadcasting okay. Let's see here. Hi, Keisha. How are you today? It is smoky in Vancouver. Some big, I don't know, I don't want to say garbage, but something is on fire. And we are paying for it big time. Sorry, I'm just going to make sure I'm on everywhere so I can see my comments. And I got my voice. Good morning, Jan. Okay, so we're good. So I'm going to apologize. If I start coughing, it's because the house smells like a campfire. Hi, Diane. Is it smoky where you are from that South Bend fire? It's quite bad here, actually. Smoky even over on the island. Holy moly. Well, it's bad. Got all the windows closed, but I had to let my dog out, and it didn't take long, like maybe 3 or 4 minutes for me to be outside for the coughing to start. So yeah, it's quite strong. I'm surprised because it was strong yesterday, and I thought by today it might be kind of dissipated. But anyway, yeah, North Van. Ange texted me this morning and said it was just awful over there. Yeah, I had to close all our windows too down there. It's bad. Oh, it's my nose out. All right. Well, it's a good day to be inside, I guess. Not good for our lungs to be up there. They get it under control, or it blows through, or something by the time tonight comes. Okay, so thanks for coming today, you guys. We are going to be playing with one of my favorite sets that's on sale right now. Apple Harvest. Well, it's not on sale in the sense that it's reduced in price, but the bundle is available for sale. Hi, Mo. How are you? We're just talking, all the West Coasters are talking about how we've got a fire in a salvage yard. I guess that's what it is. And apparently it's mostly wood, but we've all had to close our windows. It's smoky. It smells like a campfire. So I was just apologizing. If I start coughing, it's because I took the dog out earlier and it's gotten in my lungs. So hopefully I won't be coughing, but if I am, that's why. Okay, so we're going to be playing with the Apple Harvest, which we love. Now, this is the last day because I have to order the supplies tomorrow to sign up for Ange and my Apple Harvest Bundle class. So let me take you through what is included. Yeah, it's really yuck. It's like we can't get a break. And it's going to be 30 degrees, I think, today. So as it warms up, it's just, you feel like you're in this hazy bubble. It's awful. See, I'm going to start coughing. It's bad. Okay, so you're going to need to purchase the Apple Harvest stamp set and the dies, which is part of the Perfect Partners, right? So you've got till September 30th to order those dies, but I do think they are while supplies last, and I've seen quite a few projects, so they might sell out. So you're going to want to purchase those either through your own demonstrator, or if you are a demonstrator, you're going to want to order them from them, or if you're my customer, order them from me. So the class you're going to get, we're using the Gingham Cottage Dsp. So let me spread this out for you. You're going to get 12 by 12 sheets. Now we're going to have to cut them to 6 by 12 to get them in the mail to you. But you're going to get the equivalent of 2 of these each. So you can see, got a wide range of these kind of gingham designs. And then we got the other side too. So many options with that paper. You're going to get that. You're going to get a full pack of the classic matte dots. And you're going to get half a roll of the black and white 1/8 inch gingham ribbon. So that's your goodie bag. You're going to get the instructions for 4 cards. So a PDF, and you're going to get them all cut for you. All the pieces are going to be cut. You just have to take them out of the envelope. And then you're going to join us on October 3rd, which is a Monday at 6 p.m. on an exclusive Facebook group, and we're going to craft together. You can't join live. That's okay. You can join us anytime and watch the replays. Okay. So I'm just going to show you a couple of cards that we made. We made this one the other night. And I think I made this one. Well, in the last few weeks, Ange and I have made quite a few cards. So I'm just giving you a reminder here. Also, I'm going to sneeze now from the smoke. Great. I want to show you. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Shouldn't have gone outside with the dog. I wanted to show you a couple of cards that my sister sent me. My sister Mo Dickey, who's on the call today. Isn't this gorgeous? Look how pretty that is. So Mo has embossed that vellum and made a little panel. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, of course, these are from the dies. Isn't that pretty? Just love that. She also, I think I showed you this one the other day, yellow. I've got some golden delicious apples here. And this is one of those book binded cards. I really like this one. Love the colors. And then, oh my goodness, I like this one because I like the way that Mo has taken probably a blending brush, and she's gone and just added some nice color. So that's highlighted that apple in the middle, and then we've got the beautiful flowers. Isn't that cute? Love it. So those are some extra ones that my sister very graciously mailed me. Now today we're going to do something a little bit different. Do you remember one of the ones that we did? I said, what other things you could make? We had peaches. Remember we made peaches. Let me grab that card. Got it here somewhere. I made peaches. Where are they? Here they are. So instead of apples, I made peaches. Excuse me. And we said, what other things could we do? And my sister Mo said plums. And so we're going to make plums today. So I've got a piece of Highland Heather. Now this is just cut to our regular 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that's our regular card, right? And I'm just going to stamp this piece of basic white with that image, that image of all the apples or peaches or oranges. Those could be oranges too. And we've got, but I'm going to make them into plums. Okay, so just going to stamp that in our memento ink. I've given myself enough paper here. We'll see in a minute. If not, start again. No, that looks good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I thought the plums would be cute. All right, so here's our canvas, so to speak. Now, I played with a lot of the purples, but I just felt they were too dark. So I ended up just going with the Highland Heather, the light and the dark. And I'm just going to take the dark and just add a little bit of, when I was playing with this earlier, I thought, boy, that looks kind of ugly what you've done there, but it actually worked out in a weird way. So I'm just going to add that. This is one of the days that I wish, I like being live though. I do love being live, but maybe today would have been a good day not to be live because now I feel like I have to blow my nose, which I don't really want to do when I'm on a call. So I'm going to try to just not worry about it. So I did that with that dark Highland Heather, and I'm just going in with the light. Just blending. Okay. You just keep going over it. You can blend out those obvious kind of edges of the other color. So you're just blending them so that they really just blend together. That's the beauty of Stampin' Blends versus, say, markers, right? Because the markers, you're not gonna be able to blend out those sharp edges. Oh my goodness. I pity the people who are dealing with this smoke, having to close their windows so they have no fresh air. And it's going to get up to 29 degrees today. So if you don't have air conditioning, it's going to be really, really hard on people's respiratory system, that's for sure. I'm going to take my color lifter. And I'm just going to lift a little bit of color from my plums, just so it almost looks like where the sun would hit it, you know. Now, people who are really good at coloring don't need the lifter. They just can lighten it up as they move along, like my daughter. She's amazing at things like that. She drew me something the other day just as she's bored, she said, and she drew me a Halloween picture because she's an artist. And, oh gosh, I don't know where it went. I'll have to show you guys next time. But I'm like, you just thought of this and you just whipped it up? She's like, yeah, I was bored. It's not my best. You know, that's what people who are artists, I think, are very critical. Anyway, I should have had her color my plums just to show you how a true artist would color them. But you know what? I just go for it. Right? This is crumb cake, you guys, for my stems. I think my plums don't look too bad. I think that's all the wood I need. Now for my leaves, I'm going to just use, I think I've got light old olive and dark seafoam, soft seafoam. So I think I'm going to color it with the seafoam first. So sometimes you want to start light and then sometimes you want to start dark, right? Either one works. And in fact, if you don't, like, let's say you have two colors, a light and a dark, right? And let's say the dark of that color is just too dark. So you don't want to use it. If you let your color dry, you can go back in with the light version and just add some more layer and it will appear darker. Now it won't be as dark as, you know, the dark, but you don't want that. You just want it a little bit darker. So you can do that too. And you can let these dry completely and still blend beautifully. There was this thing at the beginning where people were saying, in fact, Stampin' Up was saying, oh, don't let it dry because then you won't be able to blend. That's nonsense. It doesn't matter if it dries, you can still blend. Okay, so that's the soft sea foam. And then I did add a little bit of the light old olive. I just wanted to have some definition. Now, I'm not coloring, I've started on the vein, but I'm pulling off my color to the side. I'm not following the vein, so to speak. I'm not just drawing on top of the vein. Does that make sense? I'll show you in a sec. Of course, coloring these as plums is nice because I love purple. So, good idea that my sister suggested. Here we go. So let me show you what these look like. I will blend that in, but let me show you. They look like plums. What do you think? You guys aren't saying anything. You guys are quiet as church mice. Let's go over that. Now, you could be commenting. I found lately that depending on what device I'm looking at for comments, I can see some and not others. So I don't know. I'll just chalk it up to gremlins. But I know you're all still here, even though you're quiet. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So hopefully you can see how I just colored the old olive off, like sort of almost like a brush. fleck. Okay, so that's that. And of course, using that color lifter, can you see how you can get that look on your fruit? Oh, hi, Keisha. Yes, the Queens. Yes. I think my cousins live in Aberdeen, so I'm going to ask them later today if they were out there. I'm sure they were out there watching the procession go through, because it did go through Aberdeen, because Balmoral is in Aberdeenshire, so that's the town, Aberdeen. All right. So now what I've done is I've got a piece of basic white, and I've taken that favorite embossing folder of mine, the brick and mortar, and I've already sent it through the die cut, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I had to use the large machine, the regular size machine, because of the size of the embossing folder. But you can see here we've now got our bricks. And this is cut to 5 by 3 3/4. And then I've got an 1/8 of an inch bigger basic black, because I just want it to stand out a bit. So that's cut to 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. You can't comment. You're out of coffee. Oh no, yeah. You don't want to be commenting if you haven't had your coffee. I saw a joke the other day, Jan, I thought was funny. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact words, but it was, studies have shown that if you replace your cup of coffee in the morning with green tea, 97% of your joy will be taken away, or something like that. I just thought that's funny, because usually it's like, if you do this, you'll be so much healthier. And it was like, no, you lose 97% of your joy. So there's our brick, and we're going to bring back in our Highland Heather here. So we'll just glue that on. I'm just looking over here. No, it looks like all the comments that I can see are on all three. So I guess that's all the comments I've got. So I'm just gluing that down, you guys. I'm not popping it up or anything like that. Just gluing it down. I want to stamp a sentiment, and I chose this one. The greatest gift is a good friend. Okay, so we're going to emboss that, because that's all I seem to do these days is emboss. I love embossing. So we've got our embossing kit here. I'm going to use black, and we've got our embossing buddy. That's really important. We want to get rid of all those little fingerprints that are stuck to the paper, right? Okay, stamp that in our Versamark. And we've got our black. This always looks like coal dust. It's so dark and so fly away and light. Okay, so go and put that all back in there. Go. Put that lid on before anything bad happens. Grab my heat tool and let's heat that. I will say that this heat gun is quiet, but compared to the one that we used to have years ago, it takes a little longer to actually heat set, but I think that's not a bad thing. The other one was so hot, like you really had to know what you were doing, or you ended up overheating it. This is a little bit easier, and it's great. It's got 2 settings. It's got the first setting I use if I'm doing vellum, because it doesn't buckle the paper as much. And then, of course, you've got setting number 2 for regular embossing. Now I'm using this die from the set, which cuts this out beautifully. Just going to use my tape. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I want to do that. And then I'm also going to use the die to cut out our plums. So let's do that. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do my live today because it wasn't, my daughter's visiting. And I didn't have anything ready. And then at 9 o'clock, I thought, oh, I can make a card. So I came up with this card. So, excuse me. Oh, the smell. So let's get our machine here. And we've got our gray plate. We've got our clear plate. We've got our die. And we're just going to run that through. Are you impressed with the how? Well, the good news, Mo, is, of course, if I had to stamp this sentiment, it would not be straight. But of course, it's straight because I'm cutting it out, right? So that's Murphy's Law for you. That's just a fluke that it's straight. Now the test comes whether I've actually positioned my label right. Fingers crossed on that. Right, so look at that. Oh, and look what happened. I didn't, look at that little end of the D came off. Oh, sad face. Here it is. See? So now that's, yeah, see? I didn't emboss it. So, that's all right. I got nowhere to go. I'm just going to do it again. Let's see if I can do it straight the second time. Because you're right. If I was actually cutting this out, you guys, it would not be straight. But because I'm not under any pressure, because I'm just using my label, I can get away with it. Looks good. Okay. I've had quite the weekend. My poor dog, who's 14 years old, had a lump. And he's been such a healthy dog. And he's big. He's a Labrador. So 14 years for a lab is an incredibly long life. And he's been relatively healthy. Anyway, poor boy. He had a lump. And so he had to have surgery and have the lump removed. And the only good thing is that, well, he came through surgery beautifully. So that's good because he's an old dog and you never know. But that poor dog, he's all shaved, of course, on his neck. And it's quite a large incision. I'd say it's at least 8 inches. And all I could think of is, I'm so happy that Cooper can't see his incision. He'd be so embarrassed to go outside and see other dogs. Anyway, he can't see it, so he doesn't know. I'm sure it's going to take quite a while for all that hair to grow back too, especially on the kind of dog he is. But you can really see how thick their hair is when you've got right down to the skin, and his hair around the edge is like, an inch thick. So 2 in a row. I know I'm batting 1,000 here. As long as I cooked it right and it doesn't come off, then we're good. So let's not count our chicken. Ah, yay. Okay. My lucky day. I deserve a lucky day. All right. Let's grab all our bits. So we've got our plums. Let's pop those up. Give it some dimension on our. Oops. So remember, if you want to come to our class, and why wouldn't you? It's fabulous. Our cards are going to be really nice. Some of them are quite different than the ones that Ange and I have been sharing with you over the last few weeks. So that'll be nice. Make sure you register. The link is on this video. Once it's, just going to glue this on. Once it's recorded, like once I go off live and it pops up as a recorded video, you'll see the link to sign up for the class. So I hope you'll come. Okay. So that again this is fresh freesia. I should have told you that. So the cinnamon is on fresh freesia. Okay, so Highland Heather, fresh freesia, and then the blends were the Highland Heather. Now let's add. I'm going to take some linen thread here, and I'm going to double this up. Sometimes I like a double bow or a double knot. I read this morning, speaking of the Queen, I read this morning that her corgis, she left 2 corgis and a dorky, I think. The Duke and Duchess of York are going to take them. So they're going to a family member. So that's nice. I'm sure, dogs are very intuitive creatures, and they'll miss their master. That's just the way they are. So I don't know much about corgis. I know they're a breed that's smart. I know they're really smart. My grandmother had corgi. It was a really smart dog. But sometimes smart dogs aren't the easiest dogs to have as pets, because you got to be on top of it. Got to be smarter than them, right? I mean, labs are smart in the sense that they're always used for service dogs, right? But their smartness is countered with their complete and utter devotion and desire to please their humans. So they don't try and take over. Okay, so we've got that up at the top. Now I thought these were kind of nice. The In Colors, the 2022 In Color Matte Decorative Dots. I thought they went well with these colors. What do you think? So let's grab this would be the parakeet. Oop. Let's put one of those up there. And then we've got 2 that are in that purple range, right? We've got the orchid. So and you've got the variants here. Can you see that these are ombre? So you go dark to light. So we can grab one of those nice dark ones. It looks like a big plum, doesn't it? And then I'm going to just grab one of the not so dark Starry Sky. Ooh, come off there, Starry Sky dot. There's 2 ways to get. Moving on. I think I need my new putty. That's what I need. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go. Not going to defeat me. All right. So there's our plums. I think they came out nice. I think they look like plums. Now, I have no idea what a plum tree leaves look like, so probably we are not true to how things look, but that's okay. So we got the plums, and then we've got the peaches, which could also be oranges, right? Like they could be oranges. And then we've got, I'm sorting through my desk here, looking for something that has, here we go, apples. So we got apples, we've got peaches or oranges, and we've got plums. Yeah, I think it's sweet too. I love it too. I think it's pretty. Sort of reminds us, I mean, obviously they're huge and they have no shape related to a grape, but you kind of think of grapes and vines on a brick wall, right? So that's kind of what I was going for. So remember, grab those Apple Harvest dies, because I think they're as well supplies last, so I wouldn't count on them being around. All right. The other ones in that, we made this one last week. The little pig. Oh my gosh, look at the pigs. You definitely want to get these because you get the wagon and all the things. It doesn't just cut out the pig, right? And then the other one you want to grab is the Yeti. So those are the only ones I have, but there are 3 others that you can pick from in that perfect partner promotion. PPP. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Oh, you know what, Diane? What was I thinking? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm surprised you didn't remind me. We must put Wink of Stella on our plums. And I'm just going to put, oh, I need a new Wink of Stella. Yay, I love Wink of Stella. You guys like Wink of Stella? This is for Diane because she is a Wink of Stella madwoman. She loves Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to put it, not all over, just kind of on the edges. Just give it that sparkle. And of course, it's really hard to see on camera, but I've just added that. Just adds a little bit, right? Okay. So there's a bird. Yay, yay, yay. Come back to, there we go. Well, thanks you guys for joining me today. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it today. I haven't really got anything planned. Let me just look here, see if there's any other people I'm missing hello to. Donna, hi Donna. Keep your windows closed, Donna, for that smoke. That would be really bad for you to have that smoke. Somebody said they were joining late, but I don't know who that was because I can't see a name associated with it. It just says Facebook user. I'll have to look later. Okay, I think that's it. No other questions. So, oh, it was Donna, I think. Maybe. Okay. All right, you guys. So, I plan to see you on Wednesday at my regular schedule 3:30, but I don't know if I will because my daughter is still visiting, and so I'm not sure what our plans are. We're not a family of planners. We kind of just get up in the morning and go, what should we do today? I'm just making that a little bit closer. And we kind of go with it. It works for us. All right, you guys, so have a great rest of the day, and I hope that you get some crafting done. And if you're in the Lower Mainland or even on the Vancouver Island, stay safe with your lungs and whatnot. Good day to stay inside and not go out. It's kind of wicked out there with that smoke and that coughing. All right. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks for coming. Always appreciate you joining me. Bye for now.